lighter than her and they got a better break. And people would always...
I
people
never
would say, but that meant, and people would say, "Oh, you're pretty, even though you're dark."
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Okay, so
it
all right.
happened,
I'm saying,
but
so,
I
but
never
I don't want. I know
experienced
you.
it.
Okay, and I didn't experience that either, Anselm. But I know that it exists because I watch Society.
I didn't know it exists. I never experienced it until I came to the United States of America.
Okay,
When
but it exists in Trinidad.
Yes, I didn't know about it. Okay. I wasn't privileged, and I'll give you an example. Let me give you a great example. Jesus Christ. There is gated communities in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? Gated communities. I went to Trinidad, I think back in the 80s. And I stayed at a friend's place. He lived in a gated community. And I never knew there were gated communities in Trinidad and Tobago.
And your point being?
Point being that what I'm telling you is the same thing. I didn't know about looking at people that if you are light-skinned, you got an advantage over people who are darker. I didn't know because that wasn't my experience.
Okay. Well, just like, so, but you are aware of it, right?
I'm aware of it now.
Okay. All right.
And I'll give you an example.
Like, wait, no. But as long as you are aware of it, just like me saying, my children probably did not get mistreated at Columbia High School because of the color of their skin. But you're saying, well, there's a fact that, black people are segregated and put in these lower levels. And I'm like, well, that's not my experience. But I accept the fact that is an experience. Just like you accept the fact, that people look at people who have skin that's lighter in a different way than they would look at themselves if they have dark skin or vice versa. You
Absolutely.
accept that.
I accept that.
And that's not just in the United States of America.
Across the world.
It's across the world.
Yes.
For real.
For real.
Now
hold that thought. Time check. The time is approximately 9 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Semper Alexander Computer Consultants, where they implement cost-effective solutions to fulfill your business need. Semper Alexander for all your computer needs. We can call them at 973-763-2011. That's 973-763-2011. We're going to go for a short break, and we're going to be right back because I feel that this is an exciting, very interesting topic.
I don't know about exciting, though.
It is exciting.
Okay. You look really excited.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll be right back.
The Strollers present Bruce Norris's Pulitzer Prize-winning play, Clybourne Park, Fridays and Saturdays, November 7th, 8th, 14th, and 15th at 8 p.m., and Sunday, November 9th at 2 p.m. Sunday matinee will be sign language interpreted for the hearing impaired. All performances at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts, 10 Duran Road, Maplewood. Adult tickets, $20. Student senior, $15. For tickets, call 973-761-8453 or visit our website, www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Do you want to advertise on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience? You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you.
Look at this.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm Marjorie and the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Well,
so back to what we were saying now. We recognize that this exists.
Absolutely.
And that people do take on the beliefs of those people oppressing them. I mean, I've heard some things that are just atrocious because of what these students who are black believe about black people. So they just make that assumption for everyone.
Across the board.
Across the board. But I mean, it's, we're only talking about the way black people look at other black people, not how white people look at other. We're not talking about that right now. We're just talking about how black people look at each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, for him to make this statement, I mean, it's not like it's something new. Why people would put down education or say that somebody is speaking like a white person. I mean, I really don't
You don't think that happens today?
I mean, I let someone listen to us while we were driving. And she was like, oh, you put on, this voice or that voice. I'm like, I keep the same voice. I mean, once in a while, I'll
you put on like a white song then voice?
I'm speaking to you the way I speak to everybody. To everybody. I'm probably like
I told you speak
more
properly.
listening to myself and self-monitoring than I ever would have. But
Let me say this to you.
No, and so now you just said the same stupid thing.
What?
No, what did you just say? Can we re-roll the videotape? I mean, the audio
We have a 6-second delay.
Okay.
But let me say this to you.
No, I sound like Marjorie. I don't sound like anybody white.
But listen, when you come into a room and you ask a question, right? You song very exquisite.
That's because I just have a nice voice, Anselm. That's got nothing to do with
you
being
didn't
a
let me finish,
Negro.
though. You didn't let
But
me
that's
finish.
got nothing to do with being a Negro.
But you didn't let me finish, though. You see, you don't want me to finish.
See, this is why I need a beer.
But
Go ahead.
I don't need it. Yeah. But this is what I'm just telling you is that what it is that this is not something that you've been speaking like this ever since you know yourself.
Probably not.
So you mean you have changed your language? You have changed the way you speak?
I think that I have learned how to speak.
Man!
Wait a minute! I haven't even made
I'm
my
worried
sentence
now.
yet.
You learn how to speak?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think everyone does.
So you decide to change to learn to speak in a certain way, in a certain
No,
tonal language and everything else.
I mean, when I was growing up, I don't want to be like you and start reflecting on my own personal life because it's not important. But I mean, when I was growing up in our house, my mother was an English major. So, and we could not use words like ain't in the house.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay,
this
yes,
is something that you actually thought in order
but then
to do.
when I got to college, there were things that I knew I couldn't say. So I just stopped saying them.
Well, me too. When I got to college, there were words that I couldn't pronounce properly, so I stopped saying it as well.
No, you haven't stopped saying tree of them. So, no, but then, and listening to people, and reading a lot, yes. So in reading, you learn what words, like, and all the people, rather than saying all the people, it's all the people. I mean, it's just certain things. So it's not like,
Marjorie,
but I mean, if you listen to me or my brothers, we all have the same sound. So it's no big
you got a point, because listen, people in Trinidad that are listening to me now will say, "Man, listen to Anselm. He's speaking Yankee. He's speaking American."
No, I was told that you sound like the little village that you come from.
You see, but
and this
someone
is by one of your fellow Trinidadians.
But someone in Trinidad will know that I'm not speaking Trinidadian. It's like I'm trying to speak differently. So they may have a problem with me.
But you've been here forever, so of course you would sound different. When I go back to Michigan, I was sitting in a Coney Island one day, and somebody says, "Are you from New York?" And I'm like, "No, I'm from here." Well, you sound like that.
Well, I got to tell you this: when I go back to Trinidad, I sound just like a Trinidadian, and sometimes I sound even worse.
Well, do you know what that's called?
It's
called code switching. So when you get around certain groups of people,
I go back to
there you go. It's a code switching thing. But you know what, Anselm? I try very hard not to do that and to just be consistent because it doesn't matter where I'm at. If anybody can't accept the way I sound, then there's something.
Yeah.
It's it's just what I am. It's just who you are.
Yeah, because what if you're a Trinidad and Tobagonian, and you go back to Trinidad, and you tell somebody, "Yo, man, what's going on? How are you?"
You sound stupid saying that, all right? Just don't even, you don't even sound right.
First of all, you become a target, right? You become a target, and people think that, who does he think he is?
See, there you go. And you are just proving this article to be, you have proven that. Who do you think you are speaking correct English? Who do you think you are?
That's everybody.
No, everybody isn't that way.
That's not everybody. That's not everybody. That's most people. That's most people in Trinidad and Tobago.
So you're saying that the Trinidadians don't allow people to change.
They're
not up for change.
No, they're not up for change. Okay. Especially speaking like an American.
Now, I could see if there was something in Trinidad that, everybody ate, their roti skin backward or something, and you went in and did it the other way around, and you broke a local taboo or a local norm. That's one thing. But I don't think that anybody would. I mean, I don't know if anybody would really care. All I know is that when I go home, which I seldom do, or wherever I go, doesn't matter what neighborhood, I'm going to keep the same voice and same inflection wherever I go.
No, when I go home, I speak like a Trinidadian. I speak just like, and listen, and I speak like if I never left the country. If I'm in a place where I think, there are people who there is a mix of people from outside, home, I what you call it is what did you call it again?
It's called code switching.
I code switch. So I may talk to you right here now, and a Trinidadian come over. Hey, what going on, boy? Everything going good? Yeah, man. Marjorie, how are you doing? Everything is okay? Yeah. No. I'm coming back later. I'll go talk to you. Marjorie, did you have a spectacular day?
No, who in
is
the
your
heck
day
says,
beautiful?
did you have a spectacular day? For God's sakes.
But that's what it is.
I mean, okay. Well,
But you know what?
do that. And why you feel like you have to do that, I'm not sure. Now, is it because you feel that I don't understand all that other stuff you just said? Or
Why I have to do that?
yeah, why
Culture.
you do the code switching?
That's my culture.
Okay.
That's my culture.
It's
And
your
I want you to
culture.
know that
It's your culture.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I want you to know that even though I'm in America for over 35 years, I'm culture, man.
Culture? What are you
I
talking about?
I could speak just like you, who never left Trinidad and Tobago, and I've been out of the country for 35 years. Man, they like yeah, I'm cool with everybody. I'm like, this like, yo, man.
I wish you could see this puzzled look I have.
You be like,
Go ahead, I'm
Anselm,
looking
man,
at him like he's,
you've
really
been
losing
away
it.
for 35 years and you still speak like that? Say, yeah, man, everything Irish, brother. Yeah, one love
You
still.
should see him holding up the fist right
Because
now.
I
He's holding this
when I get
conversation.
into that, I mean, I'm like rootical. You know what rootical is? It's deeper than the roots. It's beyond the sub basement. It's lower than the sub basement. That's roots, man.
All right, well,
And I feel that my
you're
language
saying,
is my roots.
okay, so your language is your root.
Yes.
And that's the culture. That's the part of culture that, and in addition to the music and the food,
Yeah.
that you have
I hold
to
on.
hold on.
I
to.
hold on to that stuff.
Okay.
So I hold on to my language, right? My
Okay.
food-
Well, so let us assume that in this case with Charles Barkley, and this idea that they have, maybe people feel that they are holding on to some cultural aspect.
That's not culture. though. That's not
They're holding on.
Culture.
Excusez-moi.
No, yo.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
They're holding on to some cultural aspect that would ultimately get lost if they became part of the full American culture rather than holding on to the subcultural aspect that they have.
I don't want to be part of no culture that thinks being dumb is acceptable.
Well, if people say tree all the time and the word is three, but you think that's cool, you think that's acceptable.
I never think that's acceptable.
Wait a minute, hold up. You think that's acceptable.
I don't
so
think
it's-
that's acceptable.
Wait a minute. I mean, and I'm not making any judgment here, but people hold on
People in
to
Trinidad are
things.
listening, by the way.
I'm sorry, Trinis, but people hold on. No, because you're saying stuff. I just want them to hear you, and I'm sure they do.
You making
hold
fun of them?
on
Is
to
that what it is?
stuff. You hold on to stuff. All people. And this is what I guess.
No, I didn't hold on to that. I told you
Can
I'm trying to
keep going? Can I keep going? You hold on to stuff. People hold on to things that they feel, this is all I have. I have my language. I have my food. I have my bag of chips. I have my cookies.
Bag of chips?
That's right.
No, they don't.
And I've got my cookies. Hold on. And whatever it is, because that's all you've got. That's all you've got. So let me hold on to that because the dominant culture, otherwise, which they end up doing ultimately, is expropriating whatever it is that you have and turning it into their own. But people want to hold on to that. So you're trying to be white and leave our community by speaking that way or going to school. That is, I mean, this is the only thing that I can come up with. Do they